What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rowland here with the DMG Gaming Podcast, and this is our first live, well, I guess kind of live video podcast. And as always, I'm here with the man who has gone from Elden Boar to Elden Lord, my boy Ed Phillips. What up, my boy?
What's up, Grant? How you been, man?
Good, man. Enjoying the weekend. We're a day late. It's your fault.
Yeah, no. I had to go to work at 03 in the morning every day this week.
That's 3 in the morning for us normies.
Yeah,
us
I know.
Non-military normies.
So what are we talking about today? We're going to talk some Shadow of the Erdtree DLC for the Elden Ring game.
You are, because I am not
stuck.
good enough.
You're still in Limgrave. You're still back fighting those beginning bosses and stuff.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit of people in your shoes there, Grant, from what I'm hearing. People that haven't killed the Bloodlord and Radahn. Basically,
you know what I'm going to do?
Go ahead.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you remember the South Park episode where they did the Warcraft, where they just stayed in that one area and they killed like the squirrels for a long time?
Yeah.
And they leveled all the way up? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stay in that one area for the whole game until it's time.
Yeah. But there are people in your situation, and people have been trying to help others out by killing the Bloodlord. He's probably the hardest out of the two that you have to kill. But I know people are helping him, and I helped some people too. But then I got invaded a couple times too from players trying to kill people that are helping people over near there. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, there are quite a bit of people still stuck in your shoes that are trying to get to the DLC content, but I would not rush it because this DLC is brutal. And if you think the bosses were hard in the beginning game or the first part of the game, these are maxed by 10 times harder. I mean, these things are ridiculous. Some of them are. Like I've been having to use a lot of my ashes, like my summonings and stuff like that to kill some of these, just because they're pretty rough. All right, so let's start into the Shadow of the Erdtree. Actually surpasses the Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC in ratings. And remember we did that top 10? And what were my top two games? Elden Ring and The Witcher 3.
That's right.
And so Blood and Wine was a great DLC. It was at the time the best DLC ever made for a game. And now, but Shadow of the Erdtree, overcomes this by I'd say a lot. This DLC has been amazing. So far, I've enjoyed everything, and I've only
good
killed.
For you. Good for you.
Yes, good for me.
Have fun. I feel like that kid that everybody's like. It's raining. It's raining outside, while everybody's inside having fun. That's me.
Oh yeah, it is you, because you can't. You're a fucking loser. That's why.
I know.
All right. No, but for real, this DLC has been really on point. I've enjoyed it so far. I've only killed 2 of the main bosses. I've killed a lot of mini bosses, I guess you could say, or sub bosses, you could say. But it's been a really, really hell of a ride so far playing this DLC. And so far, I would say, I mean, the bosses are harder, but I got a pretty good build that I've used for a while now, using the Blood Moon Ritual skill from Mogwin's Sacred Spear and a Great Sword mix. So I can stagger bosses pretty fast, knocking their poise off and getting them stunned, and then go straight into the Blood Moon Ritual with the spear. But that requires a lot, and plus I have heavy armor, so it requires a lot of endurance to get your max equip load right up. But anyway, we have posted videos online if you guys want to check our Twitter out or our YouTube. We do have videos of some of those fights that I've done so far.
There's specifically a samurai one on there that's probably the best. Best one on.
What are you talking about?
The samurai, the one that I did, the samurai one. It's probably the top.
Yes, please, make sure to check Grant's short out of him killing your giant or whatever the fuck he was farming.
Just give me a thumbs up. Just make me feel good about myself. That's all you got to do.
No, but Grant's doing good, man. You're actually playing a Souls game and getting through it. That's pretty impressive.
You know what's funny?
I'm surprised you just haven't quit playing it.
I showed this to my brother-in-law, and he said I can tell who's playing what. Like who is Ed's? This is Ed's game, and then this one's yours because yours is a lot more smooth and more skilled than
right.
mine.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, but there's a downside of this DLC so far. It's getting mixed ratings on Steam. Due to it's kind of like half and half from what I saw in the comments. It's like people saying, "Oh man, this is way too difficult," and it is. It's a lot difficult. Like I probably would tell you, do not go into this DLC unless you're like really really good skilled player, or you're above level at least 150. But yeah, so people are having a hard time killing the bosses, and they're complaining about it, which is kind of it's part of the game. It's a Souls game, so you might want to just expect that. And also the performance on PC is, I'm sure they're going to patch it, but right now the performance isn't doing so good. Even people with like max setting graphic cards and up-to-date computers,
You better get
are
them
having issues with
RTXs.
it. Yeah,
There's 4090s.
yeah, and some people are having problems with the RTXs. It's just a compatibility. They're just going to have to do a patch here soon to just get it performance ready for PC. For Xbox, though, I'm playing on Xbox Series X, and it's running really good. 60 FPS usually, unless there's like really, really, I say it's crowded, like graphics-wise and glowing objects, like in one area. It can drop a little bit in frame rate, but so far on the Series X, it's running really well. Go ahead.
It's running good on the PS5 as well. I wouldn't really know because my TV's terrible. So it probably
Man,
it looks like a PlayStation
Elden
3
Ring
game.
with that damn TV.
I know, man. I'm disrespecting myself by still having this TV. I felt like if I tried to trade it in, they wouldn't give me no trade-in value for this TV. They'd probably laugh at me. No, but what I was going to ask you was, let's just say you weren't the gamer that you are, and you were just a casual gamer. Do you feel it's too hard? Like take all the skill out of it that you have for this game. Do you feel this game is too hard?
Well, I can't really talk because my character is almost level 250. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like the first boss I did was the Divine Beast Dancing Lion, I think it was called, and I beat it in one go. Like I waxed it in one go. It was a tough fight. Like you had to dodge a lot and stuff like that, and I could see people having a lot of issues with that first main boss. But I mean, I one-shotted it. So I can't say when it comes, it's not like I'm sitting down playing Elden Ring all day. I have to go to work. I got stuff to do. I'm not a 100% all-day gamer. You know what I mean?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, but at the same time...
Because every time I talk to you, you're playing Elden Ring.
Well, that's because the DLC just dropped, buddy. But anyway, like, yeah, I would say... It's going to be too hard for some people if they just don't know how the game works, like dodging, and they use all the mechanics that are at your disposal.
You're talking about me, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're
pretty
talking
much.
about me. Well, I will say this because I fought the Dark Warden in one of the caves or whatever. It took me 46 tries to kill it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
and apparently that's an easier boss. So I'll probably still be playing this game in 2026, trying to do everything.
No, you'll get stronger. Trust me, you'll get there. And but again, I can't talk. I got a level almost 250 character, but to me, like the bosses are just right for me. They are hard, but honestly, most of the trash monsters, like the random monsters you fight, are harder than some of the bosses.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you enter the DLC and you go down the hill, you see this beautiful scenery. You gallop your horse down the hill, and then bam, some guy that has these disc weapons just waxes your ass, and he can do like 20 attacks in a row without you even having the chance to dodge or whatever. And so he killed me as soon as I went down the hill. I got killed by that monster. So yeah, I mean, there's regular monsters that are not bosses that will kill you in this game easily, and then you just got your bosses that you'll just have to go at it a few times, memorize their mechanics, and just keep going until you get it. But I
hate bosses that have like smaller mobs with them.
Yeah.
Because the smaller mobs definitely make it harder,
Yeah.
especially if they bleed you.
Yeah. But I mean, it's Elden Ring. It's DLC for Elden Ring. Elden Ring was already kind of a hard game. Just expect these monsters are not. It's not going to be a cakewalk. You're going to get killed a lot, and just got to keep going. And it's rewarding though. I mean, what you see, the discovery, the weapons you get. I mean, you get there's a ton of new weapons in this DLC, and there's more skills. There's more magic, armor, everything. And you can even try the new stuff out. Respect. Go to what's her name. Renala or whatever in the north of Limgrave in the next area, and respec your stuff to the new gear you get. But you just got to keep playing it. And but overall, I think people saying it's too difficult and giving it a bad review off that is not fair, because they let you know ahead of time how hard this game was going to be. Or this DLC is going to be really hard. It's going to they mentioned that all the bosses are going to be amped up. It's going to be harder than the last Elden Ring, or the first part of the game. And so yeah, I mean, overall, you just got to keep going at it, and you'll be rewarded.
I bet as the gatekeeper of Elden Ring as you are, I bet you wanted to find these people who gave bad reviews and sit down.
Man, I mean, it's their opinion. It's not like I wanted to go beat them
You
up
wanted
or
to be
anything
like
that.
Yeah, you wanted to be like the mafia
Yeah.
and change their opinions.
It's not like I wanted to, put their feet in cement and drown them in the ocean. I didn't think of stuff like that, Grant. But yeah, actually, I kind of did. But I was thinking about it. I was like, who are these guys? But legit people are having performance issues on PC, so I give them that. All right. But so far, where I'm at the game currently, I've beaten the Divine Beast, Dancing Lion, and Rolana, the Twin Moon Knight. Those are the first two main bosses. And I've killed a ton of other bosses, like just discovering places. I'm kind of following the map that they kind of give you when you meet this character at the beginning. They give you like these maps, and you kind of follow the footprints of Michaela, who's the main, I guess, bad guy in this one. Or the main guy you fight at the end. So I've been kind of following that. But that's where I'm at so far. All right.
All right. Sounds
That's
good.
enough Elden Ring.
For now.
All right. Let's get into some other stuff, Grant. Let's get into some Sweet Baby Incorporated trash, as they are. All right, so as you might have heard, Sweet Baby Incorporated got their hands on the new Wolverine game coming out. And they got their hands specifically, as you can see, on Jean Grey. So,
hands and feet. They didn't just get their hands on her. I don't even know what she looks like. I
don't know.
She doesn't even look human.
She looks like let's be honest. She looks like a guy trying to be a girl, like a trans person. That's what she looks like.
Like, that's the thing, though. Like, that would be, if I was trans, that would be offensive to me because it doesn't look like that. It looks like remember that game Clay Fighter?
Yeah.
Like, that's what they made her look like. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't even know what it looks like.
I don't know what they're doing with the character design. Jean Grey in every single X-Men,
Every
single one is hot. She's pretty.
Hot.
She's beautiful.
Yes.
Get over it. I mean, like, don't say she wasn't, and don't say, oh, well, her original character wasn't designed to be pretty or beautiful. They didn't design her. Yeah, they did. They exactly did that in the comics. They designed most of the X-Men women.
All the women were hot.
So, Sweet Baby Incorporated decided, no, let's make Jean Grey look like a, guy / girl / something. You don't know what she is. That's what we're going to make her as.
They've run more characters than I'd like to count. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
It's like they're scared of pretty women.
I mean,
like, who's designing this? Who was? I want to know what this person looks like. I want to know what the CEO looks like.
I got a I guess description in my head that I'm going with, and I can already.
I'm going with beard and glasses, and they always make that shocked face.
Oh yeah, like
that one. That's it. Yeah. God, I hate that, man.
He probably has green hair too, or something.
Probably.
There's something weird. And there's going to be something weird about it. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it's so much money into this crap that, these companies are getting basically funding for doing this stuff. Going into DEI and going into all this stuff. There's so much money involved in this crap that they want to keep doing it. So developers, like, if I was a developer of this Wolverine game, I would be like, Sweet Baby Incorporated, no. As soon as you see their name, you say no.
It's kind of like how LJN used to make all the movie games for Nintendo, and they were terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe they'll redesign it, but I doubt it. They're going to just stick with it because they think this is
y'all
what
might
people
see,
want.
but I'm not going to.
This 1% of people that want it this way, they're kowtowing to
1%.
Yeah, it's less. Yeah, definitely less than 1%. All right, let's go into D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, going woke. They're just going after all these IPs. I mean, Warhammer is actually included in this too. They're starting to go after that, which you don't have to, because there are female protagonists in Warhammer. There's plenty of female characters, and there's diversity already in Warhammer. There's diversity already in Dungeons and Dragons. All right, when it comes to fantasy and your humans and everything like that, there's already that in these games and these IPs. But they want to take it to another step. They want to, increase it, push their agenda, and just go full blast with it. So Kyle Brink he's the executive producer of the Wizard of the Coast. He pretty much, this is what he said. He pretty much said he can't wait until people like him, aka white guys, leave this hobby. The executive producer of D&D, he got a lot of white gamers, so why would you say this about a big part of your fan base?
That would drop his fan base to 0 if that was the case.
Yeah. But I mean, why say that? I mean, what's wrong with people? I don't care if you're 80 years old or, 80-year-old white guy still playing D&D. So what? It's something he likes to do. But why are you going after just because their person's skin color, you don't want them to play D&D anymore because they're white guys?
Well, a lot of these people think that whenever they say stuff like this, they're going to get like this big, like, backing, Yeah. And what they don't understand is the backing itself already is not that big.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you say stuff like that, but you're going after like a major part of their fan base. You know what I mean?
That is like that's 90% of their fan base.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, exactly. So like if you're going after people like that, going after a group. First off, that is probably one of the most racist fucking things you can say. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if this is a white guy. It is an actual racist comment. Just because it's said to a white person doesn't mean it's not racist.
That's the thing, man. Is like they think just because they're white and they're saying stuff about this, okay. Like we're supposed to just accept it.
Oh, exactly. And the problem is then you got people going like basically, you got the standards, the regular people, those regular guys that push all that woke agenda stuff, just backing them up, and trying to make it seem like it's a normal discussion of removing white people from their IP.
You talking about the ones that don't shower?
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm getting at is, yeah, but I mean, like, this is like standard talk. They're trying to standardize this, like make it regular. And it's a really bad thing. And everyone, regardless of your race, of your ethnicity, should be pushing back on this. Because, the next thing that's going to happen is going to just keep boiling over, and it's going to ruin your IP. It's going to ruin everything by allowing these people to fester inside these companies. Like, this guy should be immediately fucking removed. He should be fired and replaced immediately. But they're not going to do it because they have all these other bigger companies and more, people with a big following, trying to back him up when he's absolutely fucking wrong.
Well, yeah, that's another thing is they've allowed the money to get them by the balls.
Yeah.
And so they've kind of backed themselves into a corner.
Yes.
But the only way, I mean, that's the thing though. I mean, when you start losing money, just like in any company, when you start losing money is when you start listening.
But they're also changing like the fantasy part of it. Like, what do you think of it when you think of an orc in D&D?
I don't think of a gay orc.
You,
That's
you
for
think
starters.
of a savage
Barbarian.
barbarian with a big axe.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
You know, they got a brutal lifestyle. I understand, like, if you read some of the books, orcs become more intelligent and they start building communities in D&D. That's fine, but they don't get rid of who they are. I mean, majority, every book I've read, they don't get rid of that concept of what makes them orcs, that savagery, that tribal instinct. Well, they released a cover photo of new D&D. They basically look like a group of people in Mexico pretty much playing a violin. The guy with
A mariachi band.
a sombrero on. I mean, it looks like a mariachi band. It's ridiculous. Like that covers in our world. That's stuff in our world, not D&D. All right, and you're making orcs be like that, and that's stupid.
What do they do with the elves? They turned them into fucking Bobby Flay.
Well, first off, they also released a cover where they pretty much just had a very diverse group, but no white guy, of course.
Well, you already know what diverse means.
Yeah, diverse means no white guy.
Yeah.
Also, they have made the dwarves like cooking like cakes and stuff. Like
That's what I'm talking about. Fucking
dwarves are in the smiths hammering away. They're not cooking fucking pastries.
no more swords. Now they're fucking Emma Lagasse.
Yeah, they're cooking pastries and they're making them look hippie and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with D&D, and it's getting ridiculous. But I mean, this is actually pouring over into Warhammer and stuff like that. Like this
Pouring over into everything.
ideology. Like it's just they can't help themselves. They have to put their ideology in everything. It's like we said before in our last podcast. It's a fucking religion, dude. Like it is worse than a religion because it's like a virus. And it ruins everything. It ruins the fantasy. People don't want this in fantasy. That's the reason they go into these IPs. They like the fantasy, how it is. They want to get away from real world stuff. They hear this shit on the news all the time. They listen to it all the time. They turn on the TV. Netflix has some shit that's super woke. They turn on YouTube. They turn on Hulu, Disney. It's just bam, 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 beating on their heads every day. And this is the kind of stuff they want to get away from the real world, and that's why they play these games. But they can't have that. That's not good for the people the new people that are pretty much directing this stuff now. No, they got to have real world stuff inside fantasy.
It has to be.
So we'll see where all this comes. Hopefully there's a big pushback by fans. Even for games, when it comes to players, hopefully they keep pushing back on this.
I feel like they make a
it
pie
does
chart.
not belong. This religion does not belong in these games and IPs and everything. It does not belong.
No, I feel like they make a pie chart and they make it. It's like, all right, this much has to be gay, this much has to be trans, this much has to be lesbian, and so forth, and then whatever all the other ones they've made up.
They got to meet a criteria by these boards that, for some reason, so they can ensure they get money for doing all this stuff. Again, DEI itself is a $30 billion plus industry. I remember when it first came up, everyone thought it was like a joke. What are you talking about? Diversity and DEI and stuff like that in the workplace. We don't need that.
Boy, it's all in your face now.
Yeah. So, anyway. So we'll see what goes on with this.
I can imagine like a pink-haired woman sitting on the board and say, you know what? I kind of like that character. Give her a beard.
Well, that's exactly who it is, though, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
It's these fucking overweight, multi-care white women that are like ruining everything. Well, we'll get on Disney here shortly. We'll get on Disney here shortly.
That's what I like to call it.
Why add this shit in fantasy and sci-fi? It does not belong in those places. All right, because it's not a real world scenario. It's an ideology they're trying to input into stuff. Oh, but this is, there a lot of people online saying, oh well, what's wrong with it being diverse and stuff like that. It was diverse before. Star Wars was diverse. Mace Windu, he was black. Okay.
Yep.
All the characters in the prequels that you had so many different colors. So And that involves everything. It's already diverse, but it's not the kind of diverse that they want.
Yep.
They want their again, their ideology to be reflected in this stuff and make sure it's normalized. And so everyone watch it can, see what they believe in, which is, honestly, is a bunch of crap is what it is.
You're going to get canceled. You'll get canceled now.
No, I'll go ahead and say it. I mean, DEI and this, I don't know what you want to call it, this woke version of their ideology, it's shit. It's garbage. Mm-hmm. It does not belong in any of this stuff. Okay? Diversity is natural. You know why diversity is natural? Because it doesn't matter what your skin color is. Everyone can do something just as good as anyone else.
Correct. It's always been like that.
It has always been like that. But what you're saying is that, oh, well, they can't. So we have to make sure that, they get a leg up. We need to reach out our hand. Big fat white woman with the pink hair reaching out her hand.
Obesity
I'll
hand.
save you. Yeah, no. So it's
after she wipes
that in itself is the most racist fucking thing you can think of. Honestly, their view on the world is really racist because they think other genders, other races, they need a helping hand. They don't, because they all can do whatever job there is, whatever specialty there is. They can do just as good as any white guy.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. It's like they're looking at him and saying, you know what? You are oppressed. I'm telling you, you are.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure of that. We're going to make sure that
victim. You are a victim. That fucking victim mentality, today's world.
Fucking dumbass.
So to wrap this up, it doesn't matter what your color of skin. Everyone can do whatever job, whatever specialty, that just as good as anyone else.
How fat do you think the CEO is?
We measuring by pounds or tons? So yeah, I think I already know what these people look like, and it's always the liberal white woman that is at the lead of this stuff.
And the guys, give me the face. Give me make the face the. And those guys.
What are they called? The soy jacks.
Yeah, but they also have a. But you don't pull it off because you don't have a patchy beard like a.
Yeah. Well, I also don't have like a. I have a neck.
Skinny. Yeah, and you have like structure like.
Yeah. So yeah, the weak jawlines.
They look like fucking Kiff from Futurama, like.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So enough of that. And let's go into we're bringing up Elden Ring again, but
I knew it.
Miyazaki from Software, he pretty much stated like making Elden Ring easier would actually break the game. So I guess we bring back to this discussion. Is the game too hard? What do you think from your point of view? Is the game too hard for you?
Well, I mean, it's not too hard. I mean, it's hard. I mean, but I also know that I get to level up and it becomes easier. I don't think, why would you make the downloadable content? First of all, why would you wait all this time, have people spend money on it, and have it just basically pick up? Because if you're level 250, I'm sure if you went back to the old content, it would be very easy. So yeah. Why would you want it to be that easy? You know what I mean?
So they did make New Game Plus once you actually beat the game. You have New Game Plus, and it makes it a little bit difficult, but you get more runes for killing things. That's one way they made it harder. But like this is, like you said, this game is meant to be a challenge. This DLC, it's meant to be a challenge and needs to stay a challenge. It does not need to get easier, in my opinion, because it's part of your character getting stronger as part of the game. You getting, learning how to, ensuring you know how to dodge right, watching mechanics, learning how to parry with your swords. Finding that right build for you. And once you find that right build, and once you get to that point and you get something that is like uber powerful, you feel stronger and you feel more confident on playing, fighting these other bosses. And that's how I got good, was by dying. Because I mean, if I just went and breezed through everything, I wouldn't have to dodge and I wouldn't have to do all that stuff, I mean, and usually, like I said in the last episode, man, like
in some games you would usually get mad when you die, but man, I've probably died over 100 times easily. And I just go like, okay, cool. I mean, now I get mad at the cheap deaths. Like I was fighting one of those trolls by a cliff, and he turned around and kicked me and knocked me off the cliff. Like that was just cheap. You know what I mean? But all in all, man, like you're right. It has to be challenging. That's the only way it's fun. This game would be a beautiful game, but if it was easy, it wouldn't be as fun.
So I fought some Super Saiyan goats in the game recently. Like they're fucking Super Saiyans because
are those ones that roll?
They glow gold, but no, these motherfuckers are huge, Grant. They are about 10 times bigger than you are. Not those little small guys running around. These things will immediately start spinning and start like doing lightning skills, and it looks like they're powering up, and they'll spin over you and just one-shot you. So I know what it feels like being killed by like nonsense enemies. Hell, I remember killing those knights at the beginning, and some goat just ran over to me and hit me and killed me.
I got killed by that flower that shoots down the electric, like the lightning bolts. Like I didn't know it did that.
Yeah. So no, I don't think they should change anything in these games.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, the thing about it is it's just that people were breezing through it in the prior game, and then now it's very challenging.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, once they get leveled up and all this other stuff and get the good gear, then this will be easy.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's nothing like fighting like one of those tough Elden bosses and beating them for like the first time, or just beat them in general. It's a good feeling, like doing that, because you can have all the crazy skills you want, but you're still going to have to learn how to dodge some mechanics. You know what I mean? And those fights will always be hard, regardless how strong you are. But it's always a good feeling to beat that challenging content, because it feels rewarding. Okay. All right, enough about that. All right, we're going to go back into this stuff that we recently just talked about. Dude, did you see there was a Disney high-level official. He basically got hit by an undercover journalist under James O'Keefe. I'm not sure if it was him or like one of his employees. Because you know how the girls, they kind of like ask him on dates and stuff like that.
I don't think it could be him anymore.
Yeah, because everyone knows what he looks like.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were talking to this Disney executive, someone high level up, and they kind of talked about how he pretty much stated that if you're white, you won't be hired at Disney. And also they utilize these code words and buzzwords to avoid any type of legal action done, when they deny someone an application. Because, they're not going to immediately say, oh, no, you're white, we can't hire you. They have to make up some type of excuse. Why?
I wonder what the code words are. Cracker.
Honky.
Right. Saltine.
They even said that, part of the interview, he even said that if you don't even look black enough, they won't hire you. Like, that's insane.
Like, what's not black enough?
I have no idea. But, but pretty much what they're exposing here of, like, this stuff is getting propped up by financial incentives. Like, when they do this, when they don't hire white people and they kind of, like, hire, I guess, more play into that DEI, that, diversity pretty much, which means no white people type of diversity. And, it's all happening recently. And so it's state governments and I guess our federal government that are allowing incentives for this. Like, I'd have to look more into that to confirm some things, but this is what they're getting at from this interview. That companies are getting incentives for doing this. Basically promoting actual racism. So, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Did you watch the video? The video was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane that this was coming out of someone's mouth.
What was more insane was the guy just basically giving away the whole strategy. Like he thought like why would you do that on the first date? Like, why would you literally tell?
I mean, I don't know, man.
This man told his whole life story.
I mean, maybe the girl was trying to act like she was, a super, she was all into the woke stuff, and he was just wanted to impress her,
man,
probably.
Like I'll be honest with you, that would actually that would actually be a big red flag for me if I was on a date with a girl and she just wanted to know every single thing, like in detail.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that'd be a red flag for me. I'd be like, this is
Yeah, I mean, this guy.
something's up.
Well, I mean, the guy
This
himself
guy-
was a red flag. If you,
Well, I know, but I'm saying, but the guy like fucking like broke it down for me. He's like charts and graphs and giving, it's like fucking giving all the financials and.
yeah, and people like call this like entrapment or whatever, but no, I mean, the guy's saying it. Right? No one's entrapping him. He's stating what he believes in and basically what his company does.
I go ahead and
So-
tell you, you better not be that man's friend, because if you commit a crime, he is definitely snitching on you.
Oh
He
yeah.
is he's telling everybody.
So, you know, this whole thing, I mean, it's just not Disney. I mean, you can see this from Disney, just from Star Wars, the Acolyte.
Dude, I don't go to Disney anymore. I don't
Yeah.
I don't go to Disney World anymore. And here's the thing, it hasn't just suddenly happened like this. It's been going on for a while. It's just been progressively getting worse, you know.
Yeah, it has.
Well, that's not the only reason why I don't go to Disney. I just don't go because it's fucking overpriced as shit. The rides aren't fun anymore. Like, there's nothing new. It's hot as hell, you know. It's just too many. We made the mistake one time in going during Christmas. All I gotta say is, don't ever do that. What were
Yeah,
we
don't
thinking?
go ever during a holiday, honestly.
What were we thinking?
Yeah. Any type of holiday, Disney's going to just be horrible.
We go to Universal instead.
Yeah. Yeah, Universal's good. Yeah, but like this is, I mean, like it's not just Disney that's doing this. It's everything you see on the screen. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the boys, but this last episode, they're way over the top. Like, I've enjoyed all Homelander's scenes just because that guy does an incredible job acting. But, like, everything else is just way over the top. And you can tell, of course they're going to do this because it's an election year. I mean, they're trying to make it seem like this stuff is actually real. You find this in a very, very, very dark corner of the United States, like the way some of these people think. Like, way less than 1% of people. But, you know, they're trying to make it look like all conservatives, you know, think like that. Especially with, what's her name, Firecracker, right?
Firecracker, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's way over the top. But it's so over the top, it's nonsense. And the script this season's script is just complete garbage besides Homelander scenes. Like, Homelander has been really the saving grace for this entire season so far.
Yeah, he said, go get in the oven.
Yeah.
He said, go get in the oven.
Oh, my.
I felt bad.
Yeah.
When he shot that dude's dick off,
That was rough, dude.
Man.
Made him jack off in front of everyone. Golly, man. That's a perfect psychopath. I like how they've done him so far.
Dude, I didn't expect that ending. I'm not, if y'all haven't seen it, I'm not gonna ruin it, but that was pretty pretty bad.
Yeah, it is. All right. So enough of all that crap, Grant. You know, this is gonna be a continuous subject just because it keeps happening and they keep ruining shit.
It'll never stop. That's the thing.
But there are a lot of people pushing back on this, which is a good thing. Okay, let's get some more news. Diablo 4, man, look at these guys. Look at Blizzard. Blizzard is just cooking right now, dude. They know PoE 2's around the corner.
They feel them breathing down their neck.
Ready.
They feel them. They feel it.
And boy, but they're putting out some good shit. All right, so they recently had a patch that changed a lot of things. A lot of increases in, like, trying to get the Druid a lot better. The Druid was really slacking this season, but they gave him a lot of buffs. They also gave almost everything, like a lot of skills got a buff this last patch. But recently, they revealed Season 5. They kind of went into Season 5 a little, what it's going to be like. But it's basically going to be a new in-game mode called Infernal Hordes. I'm not sure what this is, but it's kind of what they stated. It's going to be like roguelike gameplay with the new boss encounters. So basically what they're saying is you're going back to hell. Like, you know how you haven't really been in hell a lot this game so far? They're actually going to put you in there. So I'm assuming it's going to be more, you know, like that class Diablo once you get towards the end and you fight in hell a lot. They're going to kind of go into this a little bit more. But so anyway, it brings over 50 new uniques and legendary items for target farming. That's like more than what they have now. So If you think, well, not maybe not legendary, but definitely uniques. They don't have a lot of like uber uniques. They do have a lot of uniques.
They got the people working overtime, man. Those people are staying up late working.
But yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's good that they're putting a lot more uniques in because it's going to open up a lot of different style of classes, like builds and stuff like that. Because those uniques, there's always some, affix on it that you can create a build off of. So this is going to open up a lot more builds in Diablo 4. There's going to be class updates to enhance abilities for every single class. They also announced for Season 5. So we're probably going to be looking at, is Whirlwind Barbarian going to be back? I mean, it's kind of back this season with the Cyclone builds and stuff like that. But, all these classes, like Druids really got, I guess the short end of the stick this Season 4. But hopefully they bring them back in Season 5, amp up some of these classes that slacked, or, some of basically the builds for some of these classes that slacked for Season 4, and bring them back in Season 5. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, this is great. I'm glad Blizzard is just going at it with Diablo 4, and I hope they don't stop. I hope they keep pushing this kind of content, and I can't wait for the expansion. I'm going to be playing it. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to have to get you to play it, because I know I can get you to play it for like a fucking week, and then you just stop playing.
Man, I'm going to have to live stream you buying a new TV. That's what I'm going to have to do.
You do need to live stream yourself buying a new TV, and you do need to get a fucking new TV. I'm about to give you some goddamn money to buy some new fucking TV.
Hey, I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a new TV and a new PC. I just need a new life. Let's just start from there. Let's start from the basics.
I brought you into Season 4. You made your little buddy ass necromancer. But like you were playing Season 4 for a little bit, you're like, oh wow, they did so many changes, and next day fucking stop playing.
It's because I was too good for it, man. I didn't want to like break the game.
Okay. No one believes that. Sorry. No one believes that. But yeah, so anyway, good news. Kudos on Blizzard. Good job. Keep on doing it.
This reminds me of?
What's that?
Well, PoE hadn't dropped yet, but it's going to be great when it does. This reminds me of like, remember WWE versus WCW? How every Monday night, like one company would do good, it pushed the other one to do better, and vice versa. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Feels like the old Monday Night Wars.
Didn't they eventually get together?
No, well, they eventually went out of business. WCW eventually went out of business. But I hope that doesn't happen here.
Yeah. I think both games will be really good. Blizzard, I'm more concerned with continuing this pace. You know what I mean? They have done a fantastic job since Season 4, and they just need to keep it up. And I think both games will be fine.
Yeah. Old Blizzard. Okay. Today's day 15 of me manifesting Warcraft on console. So we'll keep it up. So if it ever comes to console, you can thank me.
They are never going to do that, Grant.
They will.
They will never do it.
You see these negative energies that you keep putting out into the universe. So
They're never going to do it, Grant.
Well, if they don't, then it's your fault. But if they do, you can thank me.
Oh, they just thank you. You're the sole reason behind everything, Grant.
Exactly. Because see, you're being so fucking negative about it. Look at you. Yeah. You're look at you. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that person on their team. Get out of here. We don't want that.
No, what nobody wants is that damn Elvis Presley haircut you got.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
God, you look like Johnny Bravo, motherfucker.
Hey there, little mama.
Oh, shit. All right. Man. All right. So, anyway, that's Diablo 4. We're going to...
Man, it's the way that this fucking headphone.
Did you look yourself in the mirror with the?
No, it's the headphones push it up like that, man. Like I saw that, I was like, man, this motherfucker. Oh well, fuck it, go with. Because if I put the headphones on top and go back, I look like fucking Don Corleone.
All right,
fuck it, I don't care.
Okay, all right. Next news: Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3. So guess what? They are getting mod supports.
Bad
Now,
idea.
if you thought this game was crazy already, like with everything you can do in the game, aka getting head, having sex,
They're about
having
to
your
turn this
entire
into-
party nude, like Grant does. That's how Grant plays.
No, that's not how I play. That's just how we sleep.
Oh, okay. If you thought it was crazy, dude, this mod stuff is going to be insane. Like
This is
what
about to
people
be-
are going to come up with.
This is about to be brazzers galore.
You know, you will have the good stuff, you know, the guys that actually do cool content and stuff like that, but you're going to have the pervs too. They did it with
You have-
Elder Scrolls Skyrim. They did it with
It's
Skyrim.
going to be 80-20. It's going to be 80-20. 80% porn, 20% good stuff.
But the thing about this one is that there's already sex and nudity. So it's not going to be, like, hard to get. It's going
No,
to
it's
be
about to be-
immediately available. It's not
about
like
to be-
Skyrim you have to do special mods for and stuff like that because there was no nudity in Skyrim. But this one does have it. So you're going to have some crazy shit, Grant.
It's about to be bad.
Yeah, it is. But I think it's going to be cool though. I think it's always good when they do mods, like kind of like a creation kit that you see Bethesda.
What would you do
Bethesda
if you
does.
could mod? If you could mod, we know you can't, but if you could, what would you do?
I would create more story stuff.
Oh God, it's like no mod. Like fucking, you can put whatever you want in there. Like why would you
Well,
make
that's what I'm talking
why
about.
would
Modding is part of creating content too. You know,
I know
that's what
that.
mods do, right? Yes,
you're-
they
you're-
did it
you're
in
taking the easy-
Skyrim by creating new
You're
content.
You're taking the easy way out. Like I would probably make it all Dragon Ball Z characters. That's what I would do.
Oh, you're talking about some
You're
crazy
you're
shit.
yeah. You're over there. Oh well, we're gonna enhance the story. We're going to.
I would probably make a harem. That's what I would do. I'd make a harem.
The fuck is that?
Like pretty much become a pimp. That's how you make money.
I'm sorry. I didn't know the 13th century slang for fucking. Good morrow, good sir.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, so yeah, end of the day, this is gonna be good for Baldur's Gate 3 because it makes it more replayable.
This could be interesting.
All right. Okay, we're almost done with the podcast, Grant. We'll get back and playing some Elden Ring.
Oh God, you go get Cheeto dust all over your shirt. Fucking Dorito chips and Twinkies.
Yeah, put some more content out.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, Grant,
gotta
you
be
got anything else?
I have
you wanna
nothing else.
Talk about. That is about it. Okay.
Hey there, little mama. I don't have anything else.
Oh, God.
Like,
Like it's like curling bad, dude. I mean, it's like,
I know it's because it's moving it forward, dude. I hate it. Like if you start the video from the beginning, it progressively got worse. Over time, it started going forward, more forward.
good God. All right, guys. That's going to wrap us up for this podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Twitter.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
This shit's going off the rail. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, subscribe to our YouTube.
Okay, good.
This motherfucker over here. Follow us on Twitter or X. And we also have Rumble. But make sure you go check our podcast out on all podcast platforms, to include Spotify. And make sure you leave us a 5-star review. Call Grant, Johnny Bravo.
Don't hurt my feelings, baby mama.
But yeah. But please follow us and check our content out. And that's it. Grant, you got anything?
No, that's it.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.